Hey Bougie Clique. Do you feel like you are lacking something in your life? Is that sense of lack holding you back? Sometimes we focus too much on what we lack, rather than appreciating what we have and what we can achieve with it. Success often comes from resilience and resourcefulness, not from having everything perfectly aligned. Resilience is a remarkable quality that allows individuals to bounce back from adversity, adapt to challenges, and keep moving forward despite setbacks. It's about maintaining a positive outlook and finding strength in difficult situations. Resourcefulness is a powerful trait that can significantly impact personal growth and success. It involves using creativity, ingenuity, and practical problem-solving skills to navigate challenges and make the most of available resources. When you are resilient and resourceful, nothing can stand in your way, and anything you do not have, you can go without it. You can go without it. I heard a message from a preacher entitled, Go Blind, and it was such a powerful message that I wanted to tell my listeners what I got out of it. In the message he said something that really resonated me. He said whatever you lost or never had you did not need, you can go without it. See, God knows what we need and what we do not need to fulfill our destiny. As long as you keep looking for something else outside yourself to validate you, there is no way you can make it. You have to tell yourself that whatever you need, God has already equipped you with. You may say to yourself, if I could just win the lottery, or if someone important could see me, maybe if my mother loved me, or if my father never left, then I could make it. You base the future of your success on things that you will never have, but the truth is God is all you need. The devil wants us to believe we need things we do not have, in order to diminish our gratefulness and hinder our productivity. If you do not believe you have the tools to do the job, you will not even try. However, when you realize that God is all you need, you will succeed by any means necessary. If you were drowning and no one could save you, would you just give up because you cannot swim, or would you fight like hell to survive? That is what faith is, that fight inside you that will not let you give up even when the situation looks grim. Even if you cannot swim, you are going to try to save your life. That is the same attitude you have to have with everything. You have to try. That is what was meant by go blind, to walk by faith and not by sight. In the natural, things may never add up, but when you have faith, you begin to operate in the spiritual. God can add skills to you that will transcend man's understanding. God is without limitations. I have often talked about going even if you have to go alone, but God gave this preacher something that I could not get before now. As I listened to him speak, it was as if he was talking directly to me. I could see when I left home and married a man who beat and mistreated because no one believed in me at home. I was the black sheep. I was misunderstood and treated differently. I was made to feel like nothing I ever did was good enough. So, time after time, I left the comfort of my calling to do something that would impress others, but would make me miserable. I always had to stand alone. I became so good at going against the grain that my family labeled me crazy or bipolar. However, when you have to fight alone, you learn to always be on the defense. I have always known who I was, and living in a world where people are either jealous or do not get it, you have to fight to be you. This may sound crazy to some, but anyone that has a dream or a calling knows what I am talking about when I say it defines you. If people could not love the rapper, singer, or writer in me, they could not love me, because that is who I was. It was not until he said you could go without it that I understood what God wanted me to hear. I spent so much of my life looking for acceptance and love that never came. I would never do anything unless I had someone else's okay, and if they left me, I began to feel incapable of finishing alone. I needed someone to say that is a good idea, or I like that song you wrote, for me to feel like it was good. However, it was not until I believed in myself that I started to get recognition for my work. Even now, I cannot really get any support from anyone that knows me, but people all over the world that I do not know do support me. God kept showing me a vision of where He wanted to take me, but because I wanted that love and acceptance I never got as a child or as an adult, I kept trying to paint a picture for negative people who would never support or love me anyway. See, I kept trying to add to myself what I never had access to, and I was failing miserably. I would grab anyone willing to fill that void I had in my life. However, you cannot give what you do not have. I have learned that like attracts like, and because I was lacking, all I could attract was other people who were lacking. I have been blind in this world and yet so close to light that I could feel it on my face. That is why when I heard it, I began to cry. In that moment when he said those words, I no longer wanted to tell half the truth, but the whole truth. I no longer wanted to lie to myself. I was tired of begging people for love and support. When I released that thirst for people, God gave me drink. In my lack, I was made whole because God filled in the gaps for me. God wants you to know that where He wants to take you, some people can't go, and if you are not willing to leave them behind, you will be stuck with them, never seeing your full potential. With God, all things are possible. His favor will take you where money and talent cannot. You have to be willing to follow Him even if you have to go without. 2 Corinthians 9 verse 8. And God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that ye, always having all sufficiency in all things, may abound to every good work. What do you think? Do you have everything you need to succeed in life? Let me know in the comment section. Stay bougie.